The South African National Civic Organization and the Sunday's River Valley Farms Workers Forum have accused commercial farmers in the Eastern Cape Valley of instigating xenophobia by ignoring the statutory minimum wage of 23 rand and 19 cents an hour. Now they accuse them of bringing in workers from other countries to pick citrus fruit at a wage as low as 10 rand an hour. Now striking workers are demanding more money or else the strike continues. Tony Duba is the Sanco Provincial Secretary and joins us now to talk about this. Mr. Duba, thank you so much for your time. Are the workers still determined to continue with their strike action?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you and the viewers at home. Probably one will say yes in terms of negotiations, because now the farmers have actually agreed to negotiate with farmers. But can I go back a little bit to say where Sanco comes in? Because Sanco is not a trade union. There is COSATU, there is all other affiliates of COSATU that are responsible for protecting workers. And also there is Department of Labor that is responsible to protect workers. But Sanco got himself into this because of the community, the surrounding community. What has happened is that there's been a bashing of union by the farmers, where farm workers, if they were to join the union, tomorrow they would actually be divided, those who have joined the union and those who are non-union members. What then they will do, they will actually give softer tasks to those who are not members of union, and actually humiliate shop steward. It was actually said in their presence when we had a meeting. And in the process, once workers actually find that they get victimized because of their membership to the union, they immediately offensive by farmers to unions that are there in that area. And hence Sanco find itself into this kind of a situation. But we even call on the Department of Labor to get involved. And what has actually transpired again in that meeting when Department of Labor was involved is that when Department of Labor visit, in fact the inspectors visit the farm, you get illegal immigrants. Those who might probably complain, they will be taken on the other part of the farm. They will not be shown everybody, you know. Something that it's despicable. But the farmers have promised to look into the matter. And we are not happy with the conditions, and we are not happy with undermining of unions. Today,
pardon me. I have to come in there because you say that the illegal workers are then put, away, in fact, hidden away from the inspectors when they come in there. How prevalent is this? Because we saw some of the workers themselves who were on strike saying that some of their counterparts who are illegal immigrants are paid 10 rand per hour, and this also makes things very difficult. Just how prevalent is the situation of undocumented migrants there?
No, it's huge. It's huge to the extent that there is basically, insofar as xenophobia is concerned, I think the actions of the farmers, they are trying to perpetuate the discomfort and the fight between the illegal immigrants and the local residents. But fortunately, because there is leadership there, that is not going to take place. There will be no xenophobia. Instead, Department of Labor, SABC, as far back as 2021, have been working together to ensure that they deal with the issue of illegal immigrants. But what then happens is that they get exploited to the extent that there are incomponent, if you want to call it that way, the compound that have been built in those farms since the strike of 2018, because there's been a fight back by the farmers in that area, since the workers have managed to gain the 23 rand 19 cents as determined by the wage Department of Labor. Now the farmers are fighting back to the extent that they take people early 6 in the morning, and then they start only to work on their farms at 10 o'clock. So indodoms or umfazi wekhaya will be sitting there waiting for 10 o'clock so that the hours can be reduced. But we have actually told them all those issues, and they are going to look into those matters. So it's prevalent, the issue of illegal. They are not cooperating with the Department of Labor. Department of Labor was there in front in our meeting, and they raised the matter. They confirmed that in 2021 it was the same thing, and even at the height of COVID, you would have people coming from Western Cape taken to the farms, illegal immigrants. It's not on. We cannot accept it. That everybody who's working there be legally documented. Any fight that the farmers are trying to stir between the local community and foreigners, it's not going to happen. Leadership there is very sober, but they must pay people properly. Today, we're cleaning the street of Kerkwood. We have agreed in the public meetings that we have that they must open up, there must be no destruction of property, and there must be peaceful discussions between workers and the farmers. But we are not going to tolerate the exploitation of workers, and we must again say it loudly that if farmers continue to do this union bashing, consequences would be what we have seen in the past 2 weeks. I mean, 2 people have died. We went to visit the families today. It's unnecessary. They must just be abided by the law. You can imagine, I mean, if they can evade Department of Labor, the inspectors who visited farm are not given a proper report, they are given a fraudulent report. It's wrong. It must not happen.
All right.
The workers who are currently doing the work there are not being done a favor. You know, employer and employee relationship, it must actually be equal. There must be mutual respect, not the other one doing the favor for the other one. The business is booming, and also the town must boom, and the community must boom in that area.
Enkosi kakhulu, Dr. Duba, we will continue to track the story and see if indeed, as you say, that an agreement must be reached, if indeed it will be reached in an amicable way, and some of the issues that the workers have addressed, in fact, have raised, that to be, you know, for them, if they are being addressed or not, and we'll continue to keep tabs on this particular story. That was Tony Duba. He's the Sanco Provincial Secretary, and we're talking about some of the issues around farm workers in the Eastern Cape.